Okay, so I will start my research project. I'm writing a paper on Israel-Palestine for a religion class. Um, and I would usually start by looking at the textbook and the assigned readings for the class on this conflict. And then I will use Google Research and look up Israel-Palestine. And then I'm going to use the Google search tools, and I usually try and use the Google Scholar. Hang on, let me try and find that. And I would look at all of these, and then you can look at by case, or and then you can save different sources and articles. And usually what I would try and do is start by I would begin by looking at Israel's, like, dividing up the issues. So if I usually look at just what it is, and this looks like it's an online library. I think it's advertising more of a book rather than an article. So I would try and find something that's more accessible, something like this. And then usually I use search tools within the text to find keywords that I want to use and for what I'm looking for to make my point in the article. And you can go to where it has the most keywords within the text. So a lot of it is like the word the or in, but if you find the bigger, and a lot of it is conflict, because that's one of the words that I use in my keyword search. And so another way to do that is just to go over here and delete the words that you and it'll give you page numbers exactly and it'll also give you sources, like down here on page 331. And I also use the advanced search in the Google Scholar option a lot. This looks like it's a newer source. It doesn't give a lot of information on the author or the content. So to check if it's a reliable source, I would usually, it says EBSCO Information Services, so I would usually research that or something along that lines. And another thing that I often do is, it says here, cited by 35 people, so if it's something that's been cited by a lot of people, I tend to look at it more than if it's something that, like this, that's only been cited by 3 people, or this one has never been cited before. So often I'll find something that is cited by a lot of people, and then I'll look at the related articles, and they're often popular as well. So Israel-Palestine Out of the Ashes, the search for Jewish identity in the 21st century, that is really similar to what I'm trying to write an essay on. So this would be a site that I would look at and save, and then I would need to do all of that. But yeah. But like I said, first of all, I would usually look at the textbook and the sources that my professor would have shared with me, such as I usually trust what my professor, the sources that he gives me, that I can write my articles on, and papers that he has provided. This is one of the articles that my professor shared with us to use, and it had a lot of keywords that it was really helpful in sharing easier, like easy to see information, and more accessible than a lot of the scholarly articles that I was finding. And this is Vox, which I wasn't completely sure how to figure out if it was a acceptable citation, but my professor shared it with us, so I kind of took it at face value. So yeah, usually what I use the most is Google Scholar, and if I ever need more, like actual book citation from the library, I will usually ask my professor for recommendations on books, and then try and find it within the library. So yeah.